What up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Film Bros podcast. I'm your host, JP. This is my co-host, Josh.
Hey, everybody.
And welcome back to... It's another topic kind of day. We got a few topics lined up. We will be talking about today, too, at the end of everything since the... Honestly, I don't feel like this weekend was that eventful with a bunch of news, huh?
No.
Maybe we're still like... coming back from the holiday season and everything. I kind of feel
Maybe that would be more. That would make more sense.
I
James
think
Gunn didn't drop his announcement like people were saying.
that's what I was gonna say too. Like we started on the I had said, and I betted you that it was supposed to be on the 14th, and it didn't even happen. But anyways, we'll get into all that good topic and discussion in just a few minutes. But before we do that, Josh, let them know where they can find us. We have some big things coming up. We're moving a little bit forward with our business and our brand. We wound up getting a little bit of a sponsorship, so we will be winning off some of the platforms, and we will be eventually be exclusive on a certain platform. Just a little heads up, starting as of now. So if you guys rock with us, you guys like the pods, you guys want to hear it, Josh, let them know where they can hear us at. And yeah,
for the time being, if you want to listen to our other episodes, they're still on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. So if you want to go check them out there, go check them out at FilmBros Podcast. If you want to hit us up at any time on Twitter and TikTok, I'm still working on getting our Instagram up, but at FilmBros Podcast. And then if you want to sit back and watch us on YouTube at FilmBros Podcast.
There you go. Yeah, so yeah, that's honestly, we can start with that real quick before we start into the pre-selected topics that I had kind of came in. But it's kind of weird, but a lot of rumors are pointing that James Gunn will probably say something sometime this week. Kind of exciting. I mean, I've been waiting on an announcement. I'm really, really trying to see what he's going to do. So, I mean, I don't even know if he's going to be direct, because everything that he does on Twitter is so indirect. It just makes you not believe him, but at the same time you kind of feel like, well, you know, what can't we believe? Because he says a bunch of words in a paragraph, and he's like, oh yeah, we don't hate this guy, but we're going a different direction kind of thing, you know what I mean? Like, he kind of redirects. But I mean, we already gave our prediction on what we are expecting, or what we would hope for in the next DCU in one of our older pods. I think it was our last one that we put out.
Something like that.
But now that it's kind of getting closer, are you getting a little bit nervous? Are you worried about what the grand plan is, or at least what the beginning portion is? Because rumor has it is that we're only going to get like the first 3 years. So a little tidbit, a little taste, and then we'll move on forward with all that.
Well, clearly I'm worried. I've been worried since he was announced in October.
Yeah,
feels like it's been forever ago now. But yeah, no, I'm not. I don't know how to feel. I'm sure he'll be more direct when his statement does come out. He'll be like, "Oh, this is what's happening with this and that." It's just for now he just can't say anything, because it's supposed to be a big reveal and on the low or whatever. But I think when he says it, he'll be more direct. It's hard to think. It's hard to think about what's to come next, especially after all the DC movies coming out this year. He's just gonna have to hit the ground running in 2024 and push something out.
Now, do you think that the Flash is gonna be the reset button that everybody thinks it will be? Because a lot of people are saying like he's gonna obviously do Flashpoint reset, what they say, wipe the board type shit.
Yeah.
Do you think that that's actually gonna happen, or are they just gonna be like, let it end how it's gonna end and just move on, kind of like Zack Snyder's Justice League, with cliffhangers and all that, and not even to worry about it? I heard that there's been a bunch of reshoots, So I mean, and a lot of final touches that have. I
Yeah.
mean, till this day. I mean, this movie's been in production for what 2 years already? 3 years?
Something like that.
That's a long time. It's a
Yeah.
long time for a movie. So I mean, what's your prediction on at
Um,
least the Flash at the end of this DCU iteration of
I
it?
hope it leads into something good and it doesn't just give us a cliffhanger.
Mm.
Because I mean, we know it's where the Snyderverse is gone. You know, it's whatever. But to keep it'll be adding just salt to the wound, or however the fuck you say it. It's a lot of that reminder. You know what I mean? Because we have to go see Aquaman 2 and then Shazam. I know people speculate if that one's part of it or not, but seeing those movies is gonna be like, wow, we really lost it all for real. And then if Shazam just doesn't end on a high note, setting up James Gunn's DC or whatever, that'll just be more salt.
I mean, yeah, you're right. And I just think that they should just be done with it. I mean, they should connect it. I mean, with all the money that they're putting into for reshoots, just to get it done, it might as well just add a little extra cash to just make it bridge into whatever James Gunn is thinking about doing.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure they're thinking about it. I'm pretty sure it's not off the table. I mean, I'm hoping James Gunn sees the full vision and sees all the loose ends and all those little pieces that he needs to get nice and neat before moving forward. But with that, let's go ahead and start with some of the pre-picked topics that I kind of picked out. In a couple other pods, we were talking about the Avatar slate. What we're gonna be looking at, and not Avatar like Way of Water, Blue
the Last Airbender.
We're talking about the Last Airbender. So just so you, I know the name is named the same. Why did they do that? Why did James Cameron do that? It's so like I don't know. I know it was like a big confusion because I think in 2009 Avatar the Last Airbender and Avatar was coming out, so they just called the Last Airbender because they were like, well, we don't want to put Avatar in there.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like that was a direct hit just so they can't use the name. It's bullshit. James Cameron's a goon. We already know. But now we actually have a slate. Now it's coming from a Twitter account, so I mean, maybe we could take it with a grain of salt. Apparently it's an insider, so who knows? But apparently we got a slate on what we can be expecting in the future when it comes to Avatar, the Last Airbender. So first we got the live action Netflix adaptation of the Last Airbender. We got book 1, Water, coming summer 2023. Then after that we got Avatar the Last Airbender book 2, Earth. It's the same thing, Netflix live action. And then in 2025 we will be getting an animated film, the first animated film coming from that studio.
It's crazy.
Talking about Adult Team Avatar, we're gonna see Aang and the gang back, right?
Yeah.
Winter 2025 we're gonna get a new Earth Avatar, so I'm guessing is gonna be this is the one that they were talking about. It's gonna be a sequel to The Legend of Korra.
Yeah, it's gonna be after Korra.
It's gonna be the next Avatar after Korra. So if you guys were interested in that show, I mean, it's they're making a big connectivity with this. They're doing the MCU route, what the DCU tried to do, that route. After that, 2026 we got Zuko's animated film. I guess we're getting a movie just based all on him. I mean, I'm kind of excited for that one. I think he's a good character within that show. We're also getting a spin-off series in 2026, animated as well. Then we will be getting in 2027 book 3, Fire of the Last Airbender, the Netflix live action adaptation. And in 2027 we will also be getting an animated film and a series which is untitled as of right now. So Avatar Studios just was made in 2020. It started rolling out, started thinking about the grand plan. Now we got about what is this? 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9 confirmed
Projects.
projects, whether it's TV, movies, animated, it doesn't matter. Um, I mean, as me as an Avatar fan, and to be honest, I didn't watch it as a child. I didn't watch it growing up. I watched it as an adult. So I'm excited for it. Um, Maybe not the Netflix one so much because, to be honest, Netflix fumbles way too much on a few shows. Like some shows, no, and they do it and they hit it right on the money. But there are some shows where I'm just like, everything else seems pretty solid, and I can get around Earth bending Avatar. That's fucking sick. I can't wait to see something like that. And even Zuko and Adult Team Avatar, like I want to see those stories continued. So it's actually a great hype for me, and for us to actually see a roadmap. Let's just hope they don't pull a DCEU and have a bomb and completely steer course. But that, I mean, you're seeing the slate. I mean, what do you think? I mean, are you liking it? What's up?
This all sounds cool. I'm still not sure about the live action Netflix series because the original creators did leave. So I mean, I'm not too sure. I'll still watch it, obviously, but I mean, I don't know if the hype's there for real. As for Adult Team Avatar, yes, but also, I mean, I don't know if we need it. If I'm being for real, we get the gist from Korra. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you get the most out of it, and then if you really want to read more about it, you pick up the comics. But like, I don't know. It sounds cool, but I don't know if it's necessary.
Adult Team Avatar. Yeah, I mean, I can see your point because they do kind of let you know. But I mean, wouldn't you want to see those stories come to life? Like, I mean, he still has a lot of years from the end of Fire Lord Ozai up until I think he passes away when he's 40 or something, or
Yeah.
30 something, 40.
He doesn't live that long.
Yeah, so like, I mean, he still has a lot of years in him for some crazy shit to happen. So I would hope to see something cool come out of them because, I mean, by the time, what's her name? Toph, by the time the series was over, she was already mastering metal bending, all this stuff, and what's her name? Forgot her name. Katara. She was mastering the blood bending. You know what I mean? Imagine them in their prime. Like, they know everything. They know what they're doing. They know how to work their powers. They're doing all kinds of crazy shit. I want to see something like that.
It just depends on what we're looking at, because if it's young adults, then okay. Like, if they're 20, then I guess that makes sense. But like, if they're how they are when Korra sets them up, like they're already established, like a government, and Toph is head of the police, and this and that. We know all that already. That's what I mean. We know he's kind of a shit father, like.
But I would want to see why.
Well, we know why. He only had one airbending son.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, it's one thing to be told, but I mean, imagine how sympathetic you would be if you would have to see that on screen, like why he kind of was, acting the way he did and why he kind of was giving him the cold shoulder. And I would personally, what I would want to see is that time, maybe when they're, doing their thing, being badasses, and then right before they start having their kids. Because I think he starts settling down when he has his children, right? That's when he was just focused on the temple, rebuilding the airbenders, you know what I mean? And just trying to build his own clan of airbenders, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So anything before that, maybe like about 8 years before that, up until that time, like that would make a good, like 3-4 seasons or something. And
yeah, maybe
that'd be pretty good. I mean, just to see up until that point and see him struggle, in my opinion, see him struggle from being the guy that the world needs to just being, trying to adjust and, attend to his children and stuff like that. I'd see that.
Yeah, I'd see it too. But I think the thing that might interest me most is how fast they move up like technologically wise. I
Mm-hmm.
know I probably said that wrong, but like, cause in Korra they were pretty much already established like cars and shit like that,
That's true. Yeah.
blimps and
Mm-hmm.
things like that. Like I'd want to see that transition.
Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be kind of like how Star Wars does it. You know how
Yeah,
like they have the precursor ships that like look kind of like they do in the original trilogy, but you know that at some point, and now like when you have Rogue One, they have that in between before they get there. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Even
yeah,
like with
yeah.
the stormtrooper armor and all that, like I like when that happens, and I like seeing that, and it would be cool to see something like that in like a live action Avatar, you know, in the Avatar world, especially because we never really got anything like that up until now. Now that they're finally kicking off a studio, which I don't know what possessed them to do that. I don't know if somebody was petitioning or where they were just like,
I
you know
think,
what, we're sitting on a gold mine.
yeah, I think that's probably what happened because that when they announced that the shows were coming back on Netflix, everyone was like, "Holy shit, it's on Netflix!" You know, this and that.
That's true.
Then that's when they were like, "You know what? Let's bank on this."
Yeah, right. I mean, whatever they want, take my money. Just if we can speed up just a few of these, that'd be great. If we could
Yeah,
put them down the pipeline a little bit faster, I'd be with it. Take my money. I'm here for it. But yeah, what do you guys think out there? Are you guys excited for this slate? Do you guys see anything new? Do you guys have any ideas on what the two untitled ones could be? Let us know down in the comments. Come
yeah,
on. With that, we're gonna move on to our next one. Still kind of the same. We're in the Nickelodeon range. Um, we got a comeback, another revival series, coming back to Netflix. They're not Netflix, to Nickelodeon. They are gonna be bringing the original cast back, except for Victoria Justice. For whatever reason, she's not coming back. But we're getting a rebooted. Well, we're getting a movie first, and then we're gonna get the series. But a reboot of Zoe 101 called Zoe 102. And apparently Jamie Lynn Spears is going to be coming back
oh
to
shit,
be on this movie, and then which will, I'm assuming, lead into a series. Um it's kind of crazy they're giving it back to her. I know like the whole, I mean, I don't know if you remember everything that happened with that, but apparently they were doing the show, then she wound up getting pregnant, and then they wound up canceling the whole show.
wow. No,
So
I didn't know that.
yeah, so because she was supposed to be playing a teenager in high school, you know what I mean? So she wound up getting pregnant. They were like, well, nothing else we could do, so we're scrapping everything. So they wound up canceling the whole show. I mean, uh, people who watched the show, you know, they remember like Drake Bell was on there at one point. Like there was a lot of known actors on that show because
Yeah,
it was produced by Dan Schneider. And if you know everything that happened with him about the whole foot thing and him, you know, being a creeper, apparently, blah, blah, blah. I don't know.
it's not a good look.
Apparently, Nickelodeon has a lot of faults and flaws that, you know, has been coming into light as of lately. I don't know what to say about that. But anyways, but yeah, so we're going to be getting a Zoe 102 reboot. Did you watch the original show? Do you know anything about this?
I've seen the original, way back when, like after it was airing and things like that. But like, I remember it for the most part. I did see that one clip where I guess the dude comes talking to, what are their names? He comes in, he's like, "Oh, I found this letter from Zoe or whatever, talking about how like he crushed on her or whatever." It was like a little short. I forgot where it premiered, but
Oh yeah.
um,
Oh, that was probably close to like that season where he was supposed to confess his love.
yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you call it? Like that happened, and then that's like the last I've heard of this. That's crazy. She's coming back. A lot of these shows are coming back. That's cool.
See, but then here comes this thing, right? Like me and Julie were talking about it the other day, but like they come back with reboots like this, and you know the whole cast sometimes doesn't come back. I mean, for this one, the whole cast is coming back except for Victoria Justice for which reason we don't know yet. Um, Even like the iCarly reboot, not everybody came back, so it to me it doesn't feel the same. You know what I mean? And it always feels like they try to reach that level where it was, but it just never does. Maybe it's different for the younger generation who didn't grow up with those, and that maybe this is their Zoe 101 or
Yeah,
their
yeah.
iCarly or whatever, but it just never hits like that 90s show. Like that one, it looks like it might be funny, but it doesn't hit the same. Not seeing Ashton Kutcher on there, Mila Kunis. And I know they're making their own guest appearances, but it's gonna be mostly focused. It's kind of like what is it, Boy Meets Girl or Girl Meets World or
Girl Meets
something,
World.
where they were like heavy with Topanga and Corey coming back, and then they were just minor roles as the teacher and stuff like that. They're in the show, but they're not as heavy as you would expect them to be main characters. It's mostly those kids that are main characters, and those are side characters.
Yeah.
And it's hard to get into those shows because it's not about the characters that we care about, and it kind of makes you feel like they're shitting on their legacy because now they're no longer front and center. Now they're over here to the side. You know what I mean? Like, I know another generation needs to come in, but still make them a prominent role, in my opinion. You know what I mean? I think that's how you do it right.
Yeah, if you're gonna promise them coming back and you want those old viewers to just see them, make them prominent. Yeah. I guess that makes sense.
It kind of like Obi-Wan. They hella showed Hayden Christensen and promoted him throughout the whole campaign, for the whole marketing and stuff like that. And he was only shown so I thought they were going to do like Clone Wars flashbacks or show him younger even more or something. I thought, and yeah, you could say like I had my high expectations and that's my fault or whatever. But I mean, if they're putting them all over the marketing, I assume they're going to use them in more ways than just that. You know what I mean? So it's just stuff like that. I mean, don't you think? Or am I tripping? Don't tell me I'm tripping.
Kinda. I mean, you're kind of tripping, but not really. Like, I mean, I get what you're saying.
Kinda tripping.
I get what you're saying. It's not the same. It's not the same vibe. It'd be like having Drake and Josh come back, but no Drake. It's just Josh and what Megan, whatever, who else decides to show up. But I mean, I don't know. I get it's for the new generation and it's for the old generation, like you guys, to be like, oh shit, the show's coming back.
I think if you're not gonna bring back the whole old cast, don't bring back anybody. Do it all over again. Just start from scratch. I think that went well for Wednesday. Obviously, it's a hit. You know what I mean? Totally different concept, totally different cast. They didn't keep one or the other. If they were in the show, they were there for a brief cameo, not prominent. They were able to focus on the story, stuff like that. So that was a hit. You know what I mean? Same thing with Top Gun Maverick. I know it's a movie and not a TV show, so it's different. But kind of what we said in a different pod that I think you heard saying something that's how you make like a legacy sequel. Well, because they brought back all the old cast as much as they could. You know what I mean? They brought back mostly everybody. I think there was even down to the bartender was there. You know what I mean? So like they brought back everybody and kept them front and center. Even though it was about a group of younger kids, they still kept the original cast prominent to the screen. Like they gave them a reason to be there, not just for fan service or, oh yeah, we're seeing Tom Cruise again. You know what I mean? No, like he actually had a role to play, and it helped. And I think that's what they need to do when it comes to TV shows or reboots of movies or soft reboots, or if they're trying to do connectivity from old stuff, like make the main characters that made that show great prominent in those shows that you're trying to push out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You get
I get what you're saying.
Yeah. All right. I just want to make sure I'm not tripping too much.
No, it's just hard to do all that. You know what I mean? Because people don't want to do that. They don't want to come back to Nickelodeon, or is this going Paramount? Yeah. See, people don't want to go back to that because maybe they have whatever ties they had. I know Dan Snyder. Like you said, Dan Snyder is he's a whole menace apparently. But people just don't want to come back to that, or they outgrow it, like Drake and Josh, like again, they outgrew their thing.
I get that. But if you're like, see, like this show, what I think, and the reason why they were able to get everybody back is because they don't have anything better to do. I mean, what any of those actors, what are they doing?
I don't know.
They're nothing, right? except for Victoria Justice. I know she's doing her music career again. I think she's making a musical comeback or something. I think she's doing something like that. So maybe that's why she doesn't have the time to, come to do this or whatever. Or maybe she genuinely just doesn't want to be back like Jeanette McCurdy for iCarly. But I'm just saying, if I didn't have nothing to do, like say if I was Esteban from Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, and they called me up and they said, "Hey, we need you to play Esteban again," I'm coming. You know what I mean? I'm on my way, bro, Mr. Mosby. I'm almost there. I'm going. Like, so I mean, I don't understand. There's a lot of shows where I'm like, they're not doing anything better. I don't see them in any other movies or shows or anything like that. So why aren't they coming back for these roles? And I mean, maybe you could say, yeah, they outgrew them, but if they're willing to write you a check to play the character again, I mean, what's his name? Jaleel White still plays Urkel every once in a while. You know what I mean? Like we seen what's his face on the commercial on the Super Bowl ad not Super Bowl on the Cowboys game a second ago. The dad Urkel's Carl Winslow. Yeah, we seen him, and he's playing the same character just for a little chunk of change. Like, don't mess with the bag. If you're known for that, just cash in on what you're known for, and keep pushing.
I don't know, man. It just changes. It varies. Money talks, and sometimes money doesn't talk loud enough. We don't know.
I guess not. Hopefully, this reboot comes out good. I'm still gonna watch like that 90s show. Still gotta watch Wednesday, but we already know how that one's coming out. That one's like a phenomenon. So
it was really good, man.
Yeah, I know. I need to watch it. I'll get there. But yeah, what do you guys think out there? Are you guys excited for a Zoe 101 reboot?
Are you guys even old enough to remember Zoe 101?
Yeah, if you guys, I'm old enough to remember. What are you trying to say?
I'm trying to say that.
He's saying I'm old.
Yeah.
Funny story. We had just went out to go eat right now. I was
trying to be discreet,
and it was crazy. I got ID'd.
That's policy. No. What do you call it? I mean, we're not trying to talk about your age and stuff, but like, I mean, you grew up with this stuff. That's what I mean. Like,
yeah.
Like some people won't remember it. I barely remember it. I'm only 5 years younger than you.
Mm-hmm. So I mean, to be fair too, like I know some people that grew up younger than me and they still caught that. Like I know some people that caught that, like the old cartoon shows that were on before, like Ed, Edd n Eddy and stuff, like on Boomerang, and I know Zoe 101 was on like T-Neck for a while, so a lot of people were able to catch it on there. So I mean, if it was able to seep down to some of y'all, that's great. But if you guys haven't seen it, it's a great show. I mean, if you guys don't mind looking past whatever Dan Schneider did, I mean, at the time we didn't know. So
which is bad.
Plausible deniability.
It's all bad.
Yeah.
And it's bad. It's just one man. Disney, it's a whole corporation. with Nickelodeon, it's just one dude.
Yeah.
And they keep handing him projects. So,
well, I mean, the best shows come out of him, which is the fucked up part. I mean, even that Henry Danger show, as corny as I see it, apparently it's really good because it got like 2 movies. It's like on its 6th season or something.
I have no idea.
I
just know he's a shady man.
Shady. But yeah, moving on to our next topic. We recently talked about what our favorite movies were of the year, and one of them was Everything Everywhere All at Once, right?
Yeah.
Michelle Yao was kind of asked the question, the question that everybody gets asked nowadays when it comes to movies, and that's basically, will it have a sequel? And Michelle Yao basically said that no, she wouldn't want a sequel, but the full quote's right here if you guys want to see it. I got it off comicbook.com. But she basically says that no, she wouldn't want a sequel, but she would want a spinoff, if anything, and just make it about a totally different person in a different universe and stuff like that. And I mean, you could still do that with a sequel. You don't necessarily need a spinoff. But I just think I think this movie doesn't even need a sequel.
That's why it doesn't. I was just thinking that it does not need that.
This movie does not need a sequel. In my opinion, I don't know why everybody thinks that every movie needs a sequel. Don't get me wrong. Some movies do. Some of them you want to see what happens next if there's a cliffhanger. But this one showed that it wrapped up nicely. It left that bow on top. It was a great movie and it was a great one and done.
Exactly.
And I think that...
Why would you want to touch that?
It's just sometimes, money talks.
It does talk, but you got to know when to hold them and know when to fold them. You
know when to hold them and when to fold them, eh?
Like, this one doesn't need a sequel. There's movies out there that don't need sequels. And I understand using that money for something else, but just put that into another movie. And then write that one to make a sequel. But not every movie needs one.
Yeah, not everyone. And then, we got motherfuckers making sequels to movies that, already wrapped up neatly. You know what I mean? Kind of like The Matrix, the new one that just came out.
Oh, damn, I can't remember. The fourth one.
Yeah. We didn't need that shit.
That shit was ass.
The third one wrapped everything up nicely. There was no reason for another one. So... by you doing that, just basically undermines the great work that comes off the first movie. Exactly. You know what I mean? The nice little bow that everybody puts on top. Not every movie can be like the what are those movies we just were talking about it a couple pods ago, like Glass Onion and Knives Out. Yeah. Not every movie can be tied up with a bow and then moved on to the next one just like that. I mean, maybe they can, and maybe she's right. Maybe like with a spinoff, and maybe if they do it with a different person in a different universe at a different time, and maybe they can catch that lightning in a bottle again. Maybe, but I mean, why even try? Why even try when you already got a spectacular movie?
Yeah.
Just let it be, right?
With the way this one was, the story, it doesn't need any of that. It doesn't need to be explained any further. We get the gist. We know the message that comes out at the end. You don't have to fuck with that to get a sequel. You can just do another movie. Do a different movie. Stop forcing these movies to have sequels when they wrap up so nicely.
Yeah, I mean, at least this one wrapped really well. I mean, at least she said it in the nicest way possible. I mean, no, but we like a spinoff would be nice. And you know what? If they do want to do in a spinoff or something, and maybe about a different person altogether, maybe not have to bring Michelle Yeoh back or whatever, and they can give another couple actors or actresses their time to shine, because I mean, the breakout star was her daughter. I don't know her name, but the daughter that played in there, and she's getting recognized all over the place now. You know what I mean? And maybe these small movies, even though they're small, in the box office, they did wonders. You know what I mean? This movie did crazy numbers, and I'd never even... A24 never did numbers like that, and it's just becoming popular to the point where A24 is doing these kind of numbers.
A24 is that studio, man.
Yeah, they're coming up, and they're coming up aggressively. So we're in agreement. I think this movie does not need a sequel.
Doesn't need a sequel. You're right.
We're perfectly good. But what do you guys think out there? Do you guys agree with her? Do you guys think that we need a sequel? I think we're good off a sequel.
Yeah.
I think
we don't
good.
need that shit.
Yeah, no. Moving on. We're gonna talk about Kevin James himself. Do you know who Kevin James is?
Kevin, yes.
Who's Kevin James?
He's Adam Sandler's buddy.
No, that's not him.
What?
He sounds like him, right? Not Kevin James. Kevin Smith. Sorry.
Oh.
So
see that you got me all mixed up. That's not fair.
James Gunn. Yeah, you're right.
Kevin Smith. He's the comic book guy.
Yeah.
He's the one that they always come to for some reason to talk about comics. He's Silent Bob, right?
Yeah, Silent Bob.
See?
Yeah.
See, I know my Kevins.
Yeah, I messed up because I was reading James Gunn and Kevin's. Okay, so Kevin Smith basically told comicbook.com that he's basically praising James Gunn on the way that he's handling the whole DC thing, debunking rumors and all these different outlets that are coming out saying that, you know, this is happening and Wonder Woman this and the Flash is staying and the Flash is leaving and all that. Basically coming out on Twitter, basically cleaning everything up. Now, I already told you my side. I agree completely with him, with Kevin Smith, but not 100%, because James Gunn, though he is handling it well, and I think that is great that he's giving us that level of, interaction to the point where he's actually answering fans. He does it in such an indirect way. Either which way, you kind of walk away pleased because he says it in a nice way, but walking away with like,
Yeah.
did he just tell me to fuck off in the nicest way possible? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's... So, yes, he's doing a good job being interactive with at some parts, but I think that he needs to see the way he's coming off, and maybe he's doing it on purpose. Obviously, he can't give away anything right now. Obviously, he's not going to try to, he's been doing this for years. He knows how to give you a little piece and misdirect you and make you think that it's going this way, but it's really not.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you're hearing this. Do you agree with Kevin Smith? Do you think... Why are we even talking about this guy? Like, why does he have this big ass opinion? What do you think?
Well, that's my big. Well, okay. Like, maybe I'm just too young to understand, but I don't know Kevin Smith and his thing with comics. I don't know what expertise he has that everyone asks him really comic booky questions, and like if he's just a big comic book enthusiast, then okay. But I mean, you could do that with anybody,
Yeah, but that's basically him. He's a comic book enthusiast, and he's been doing it forever.
Yeah,
he's been doing it for a long time.
If he's just that guy that they come to like get an opinion on because he knows he knows his stuff, then power to him. But like, as far as like agreeing with James Gunn,
if we want to keep it a buck, he's older. Sorry to cut you off, but he's older version King Lion.
Ew. Okay.
Before the internet, that's King Lion.
The internet. I guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
When you put it in that,
he knows how to be respectable because he couldn't get in people's faces on the internet.
I mean, it's cool that he agrees, because not everyone can be like, well, nah, why can't he just come out and say it? We got to be understanding about it. But like, as far as James Gunn and his cryptic quoting, I mean, it's just. We know why he's tiptoeing, and it's because he can't reveal anything. But I mean, is him saying stuff and being like, no, kind of not ruining the fun, but like, would it be better if he just was silent about it, and then at all one point he's just like, okay? Because I mean, think about it. No one's listening right now to his statements. They're just like, okay, and then you got people who are like, oh, don't fuck up, or bring back the Snyderverse, this and that, Like, he's trying to debunk these rumors, but he's only getting attention and replies from people that want certain things. So, I mean, would it be better if he was just quiet and then, be like, oh, no, we'll get there when we get there,
No, I mean, I think what he's doing is good. And like I said, I just think this is all part of his plan. I mean, he's going to give you little nuggets, but he's not going to give you the whole thing, you know what I mean? He'll give you a little taste, a little nibble, but even then, that piece not even be to that pie. He might be redirecting you, giving you from a different pie. You know what I'm saying? Like that. He already knows how to play this game. He's been on Twitter. He's been on the social media game forever. This guy knows exactly what he's doing. I can't even, like I said, I can't even knock him because he's doing the right way. You know what I mean? He's doing it the right way. He's giving you those little tidbits and little things to keep you wanting more, letting you run wild with your imagination, building up hype, so when he eventually drops this, it's gonna be like this big bombshell, like, oh, I knew he was gonna do Plastic Man because he put this picture up of Kingdom Come, and I knew he was gonna do this or whatever. Like, it's gonna be this big ass hype. And I mean, whether it's good hype or bad hype, I mean, you already know that diverseness within the DC fandom, which the Snyderverse and real DC fans on one side or whatever, he's gonna get all this backlash regardless. So the best way that he can do it is take it on the chin and do the job like he's supposed to. Like I said, if he needs to get rid of the whole board, he needs to get rid of the whole board.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Don't keep nobody, get rid of the whole board. Don't try to please people, don't try to keep people, and you know what, it's fucked up that, he made it awkward by casting his wife in the first DCEU, but just try to get her some acting lessons and hopefully she can get a better gig, right?
It's it's just tough to. I mean, I don't know. I can't. I feel like I can't say anything without getting into my whole spiel about it. But like, I don't know. Again, because I don't know who Kevin Smith is. I know he's Silent Bob, and I know he just made Clerks 3. But like, I don't know. I don't understand his whole thing. But I mean, everyone keeps coming to trust him with comic book stuff. So I mean, he's cool, or he's cool in my book, I guess. But like, siding with James Gunn on anything, it's kind of weird.
He thinks you guys are all the ops if you believe in James Gunn. Look, he's not that bad. You just got to give him a try. Look, I liked Brightburn.
Okay. That's
Scooby-Doo.
Okay.
Scooby-Doo 2.
Okay. Those aren't DC movies, man.
Brightburn is practically an evil DC movie.
And you want him
Peacemaker?
Come on. Be for real.
The Suicide Squad.
Be for real.
Okay, the Suicide Squad. Look, now you're just
Be for real, man.
Now you're just being hateful. Okay, all right.
Can't do it.
Moving on.
Can't do it.
We're moving on. Excuse me, guys. Still on the topic of your favorite director.
He's your favorite director.
Also, James Gunn has his hands full. He's over here doing everything that he needs to do for the DCU as a whole. But also, right next to him, we also got what we now call the Batverse, which is Matt Reeves' universe that is going to be coexisting besides the DCEU or DCU now. He basically said that he's going to be meeting with James Gunn this week to go over plans to make sure that his Batverse isn't colliding with James Gunn's DCU. Sounds like things are moving forward with everything. I mean, they already greenlit obviously the Penguin show that's going to be coming out by the end of this year. Batman 2 is getting a script done but hasn't been completely finished. I'm assuming that they're going to go through these changes with James Gunn and Peter Safran to make it fit the best that it can. My thing is, are they going to take away from Matt Reeves to add certain things? Are they going to, you know what I mean? Are they going to, something that Matt Reeves thinks is cool, are they going to be like, no, we're going to save that for the DCU. You're going to do something different. You know what I mean? Are they going to take good ideas from each other? Are they going to, is this just all a ploy? And are we really going to get Robert Pattinson's Batman as our DCU Batman and a build off of the Batman? Is this our fresh start? Is this a clean slate? Because, I mean, you can make the argument that it kind of seems like it. Or you can think that it's kind of simple and Matt Reeves is just going to James Gunn to make sure that they're not clashing with their universes. I don't know. Conspiracy theory time. What do you think?
How do I say this? I am not. Why are they coexisting? I want to start there. That sounds kind of whack, because you got people campaigning for universes to, exist alongside with the DCU. But if he's just okay with having two Batmen out there, isn't that a little bit hypocritical? You don't think so?
I mean, yes, but like I said, I think this is all a ploy. I think we're getting the Batman universe starting from the bottom.
Man, I can't see him
because
being in the Justice League.
Because they said, listen here, buddy, because David Zaslav said himself before that there will not be multiple Batmen. So that means that they will not have two Batmen coexisting side by side with each other. If the Batman is successful, which it was, unfortunately it was, and I'm not saying that I want him as my Batman either, because though Robert Pattinson was a fine Batman, I'm not saying that he was bad completely. I'm not saying he was the worst Batman. He was okay. I don't see him as a bad Batman. But it did well enough to the point where they think that they have something good on their hands that they're going to try to build the whole universe. Now, Matt Reeves did say that he just wanted a 3-movie arc. But that was before all these changes and switch ups happened with WBD. Now that the DCU is going to be completely tossed out the window, yes, it will be hard to kind of go from this grounded space and go into different things like Superman. But I think that would be great, though. Remember, I told you before, I think it'd be great to see Batman go from a world where there is no people flying in the sky. There's nobody, there's no shapeshifters. It's just him fighting crime, thinking that this is the biggest of his problems, that he just needs to, beat up a couple people, and then next thing you know, boom, things happen. Next thing you know, the Batman 2, after teaming up with some, Martian Manhunter or Green Lantern, you know what I mean? Like, meeting up with each other. Next thing you know, it builds up his universe. The Batman 2, boom, we got Mr. Freeze. He wound up getting something from, I don't know, a Kryptonian piece or something that came from the universe. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a movie writer, okay? I'm just throwing out ideas, but it's just stuff like that. It'd be cool if you get the vision. It'd be cool to see them build upon something that doesn't have that in its world and bring it up to that point. I think it'd be cool. You can laugh at me all you want, but I think I did a good job. I found it to be very, very.
I'm only
good.
laughing because, not even from like a movie standpoint, from a comic book reader standpoint.
Yeah,
that shit sounded dumb. Oh. I'm sorry.
I don't read comic books,
but that's why it's just me. I'm just But I don't know. If he ends up being the Justice League's Batman, he's that guy, then okay. But still not vibing with it. I need to see more of him. That movie just, it wasn't enough. And if all this world building is to lead into the DCU, then now they also have to address all those other things. They'd have a lot more to explain.
Oh yeah, with the Batman and all that. Yeah,
like the not Justice League, but while this Gotham was flooded, where it was Superman or the Flash or whatever.
Well, I would think that Superman wouldn't be around at that time. Obviously, I mean, if Bruce Wayne is only in that movie, he's only like 20 something, maybe 24, 25, something like that. If he's right there, that means Clark Kent's barely in his 20s too. When does he usually get a job at the Daily Planet? I was gonna say the Bugle. In his late 20s, gonna be 30s already?
No, in the comics, depending on the story and stuff, he starts early, like in his 20s. He doesn't become Superman till a few years into his thing, but he runs around, he still saves people. Basically what he was doing in Man of Steel in the beginning, that would be him around the time Batman is like in his second year.
Okay, so
and Batman would have already acknowledged his existence at that point. He would have been like, oh, there's someone in the sky flying.
Apparently there were in some scrap concept art that there was a Metropolis.
Oh.
I don't know if you've seen that.
I haven't seen it.
Apparently he put it out, and it was on I think it was on IGN, where they showed the concept art of a Metropolis that was there. So I mean, like I said, who knows? We don't know what's gonna happen yet. We're still waiting on something from James Gunn. I think we'll probably get it sometime in the next upcoming days, hopefully.
Yeah.
Hopefully we wake up to some surprises tomorrow. Whatever. Christmas in January, who knows? But with that, what are you guys looking to get out of this? Hopefully you guys are gonna get your Batverse and your DCU, or do you guys think that we're just gonna get one DCU Batverse basically? Let us know down in the comments.
Yeah.
With that, we're gonna move on to our next topic, which is the floor hire, which is WBD. Now we all know Warner Brothers was struggling. We all know that they, were poor, begging for change, having to move movies around. Only were able to put out 2 movies last year and had enough money for the marketing. Now we're being told that Warner Bros. Discovery will be selling their music library, their all their movie soundtracks. They're gonna be selling them. Now, according to this article, everything that they could sell could be worth 1 billion, considering that they're about 50 billion in the hole. This is kind of like a yard sale. You know what I'm saying?
This is a desperate ass move, man.
Apparently it says that they cut costs and saved about that. Well, they'll be saving about 3.5 billion over the next 2 years, from cutting costs, and that was including the tax write-off, which was the Batgirl movie. They're in the hole, man. They're really in the hole. We didn't know that they were this bad, but I heard that Warner Brothers has been mismanaged since 2013, 2012, 2011, something like that. And this was way before I was even into any of this stuff or even looking into it. But apparently there were some bad people running Warner Brothers at the time, and it kind of basically stained it and just stayed there the whole time, and it's just been a shit show up until this acquisition, which was, well, they had the buyout with AT&T, and then now we're here at WBD. So I mean, it's Warner Brothers has been going through the motions. Now they're having a garage sale for their greatest hits.
That sounds funny. I have no words for this. It sounds ridiculous, but I mean, get your bag, I guess. I don't know who's gonna wanna buy all that, but you know, someone will, just like a flex and be like, hey man, I got the original Batman 90s theme or whatever.
Imagine if you own Hans Zimmer's Man of Steel theme.
That would be dope.
That'd be sick.
Yeah, see, let me know how much that one costs.
With their whole music catalog, apparently they're looking at about $1 billion. So
I'm not trying to buy the whole thing. I just want one song.
Gotta get the whole pack, man.
We'll
Man of Steel's whole soundtrack.
Yeah.
But you know, we'll see what happens with this. It's still developing. They haven't found a buyer yet, but they're actively searching. So it's basically they put out a sign outside saying for sale, come by me. If you can fix me, you can haul me away. With that, we're gonna go into what's gonna be our biggest piece of portion right now, which is the awards that happened over the weekend. Now, the first awards that we're gonna go over is the Critics' Choice Awards. What we're basically gonna do is we're gonna look at the nominees. We're gonna look at the nominee that won, and basically say whether or not we think it's right. Now, me personally, I don't like these award shows. Like I was telling you, it's a bunch of people, and I'm gonna be blunt. It's a bunch of idiots who probably got it or seen it that week, or saw it that it was on HBO Max, put it on, whatever. Oh, this is the movie. And then, instead of comparing it, have some critical thinking throughout different movies that happened throughout the year, they're just going to be like, well, this is the movie I remember, so this has to be the best one. And that's just what I think when it comes to all this, Nickelodeon Choice Awards, all these Choice Awards, whatever, Oscars, whatever. You're going to, if you're not a serious enthusiast, if you're just voting online, you're just a random mom or random dad, parent, kid, whatever, you're just going to go for whatever you thought, was cool at the time, But with that, I mean, what are your thoughts on these award shows?
I don't like most of them, if I'm being for real. I just know we couldn't do our job without talking about them. They talk about movies, and we're a movie enthusiast podcast, so we have to kind of talk about it. But that's why we're not going to talk about everything, and the way it's structured is we're just going to name off the winners and the nominees, and we'll let you know if we think they deserve it, because things can change, and like you said, it could all be rigged or whatever. Mm-hmm. So who knows for sure. But I mean, the shows themselves, they can be fun. The last show I watched was the Game of the Year awards.
But that's all commercials.
Well, that's what I mean. That's what I mean.
I mean, the
Like,
best part. I mean, if you want to be happy about something, was that kid that went on stage and was talking about who? He was talking about some old president or
oh yeah,
something.
he
Bill
was
Clinton.
Bill Clinton,
Yeah.
his rabbi or whatever.
Mhm.
But that was the last show I watched, and it was just, while it is a time to showcase new games and stuff, which is what they do, these award shows don't do that. They don't really showcase new movies, which would probably make them a lot better if they did.
Probably, huh?
But I mean, it's just a bunch of famous people in suits accepting awards and stuff.
But it does show that these award shows are taking a beating, because even like the Oscars too, like they were on an all-time low too. I think the only thing that saved it last year was obviously the big thing that everybody heard around the world, which was the slap, and that's basically what saved the Oscars last year. So I mean, unless they're gonna do something good, like, and yeah, they should make a spectacle about it. I mean, how are you gonna have a movie award show and not showcase new movies?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? If like, say, I don't know, Margot Robbie wins or something, and she can be like, "Oh, and here's a first look to my new movie, whatever. Hope you guys can see it." Blah blah blah. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, why wait to put it all out for the Super Bowl? Like, I know more people are around to watch it, but give the movie people a little,
Yeah, the ones that are tuning in and your main audience. you
Yeah,
know. And like
not
it's
catering.
it's not to take away from like the actors and stuff, because we do know they work their hardest and they give speeches and whatnot, congratulate each other. But like, without us, where would y'all be? You know what I mean? So like, I mean, like, yeah, you guys are good actors, but really, we're the ones seeing your movies and stuff, and we're harsh critics sometimes. So it's just to make it a lot more entertaining for not just them, but for the fans. Because I mean, we see them in their fancy dresses and their suits and whatnot, walking whatever red carpet there is, but.
We get it. You guys are gods amongst men.
Yeah.
But with that, let's
just get started.
Yeah, let's jump right in. So this list is coming from the Hollywood Reporter. The very first category is Best Picture. We had Avatar: The Way of Water, Babylon, The Banshees of Inisherin, Elvis, Everything Everywhere All at Once, The Fabelmans, Glass Onion, A Knives Out Mystery, RRR, Tar, Top Gun Maverick, and Woman Talking. And the winner was Everything Everywhere All at Once. Now, I don't have a problem with that if it wasn't going up against Way of Water. Everything else, I mean, to be honest, to be fair, I didn't see Babylon. I didn't see Banshees of Inisherin either, but I heard it's really good. I got to watch that one. The Fabelmans I haven't seen either. RR, Tar, and Women Talking I haven't seen. So, to be fair, I think A Way of Water can outdo this one, but visually speaking, I mean, everything, everywhere, all at once, had a lot to show.
Yeah.
It would be a neck and neck tie for me. I couldn't be able to pick the winner on that one.
Yeah, no. I think what happened is most of the time with these, because it happened to the Game Awards, not this year, or probably this year, depending on how you feel. But last year's Game Awards, where God of War beat out Red Dead, it's because Red Dead came out later than what God of War did.
Yeah.
So, I think that's what happened here. That Everything Everywhere All at Once came out way before Avatar: Way of Water, and then Avatar: Way of Water came out by the end of the year. So by then, who knows if the votes were tallied up or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, that one would probably be neck and neck for me. I think they're both visually stunning. I mean, it has nothing on the water scenes in The Way of Water, but I mean, it is a serious contender. I will say it is neck and neck, and if not Everything Everywhere All at Once, Way of Water for sure. I mean, can you agree with that?
Yeah.
At least, all right, cool. But we do need to see the Banshees of Inisherin. We gotta watch that one. I have not seen that one, but I heard it's really good. Best Actor. So now we got Austin Butler for Elvis, Tom Cruise, Top Gun Maverick, Colin Farrell, The Banshees of Inisherin, Brendan Fraser, The Whale, Paul Mescal, After Sun, and Billy Nye, Living. Brendan Fraser won for The Whale. Now, I haven't seen it, but I've been hearing a lot of good things about The Whale.
Yeah.
Not seen it. I gotta watch it. I know it barely came out in December, when Way of Water was coming out. So,
Mm-hmm.
kind of something that went under the radar. I know like a lot of people were giving it a bunch of standing ovations, and I was hearing like it's Brendan Fraser's like best role as of late. So, to be honest, the only other one that I can think as a contender, and it's only because I seen the trailer for, was the Banshees of Inisherin with Colin Farrell. Tom Cruise is Tom Cruise in that movie. I don't think he gives anything different really, besides a little bit more emotion on some things. Austin Butler as Elvis was pretty good too, and Paul Mescal and Bill Nighy. I wouldn't have any clue, but I mean, good for Brendan Fraser. I really don't have any. I can't say that it's wrong because I haven't seen The Whale. You know what I mean?
I don't have any input either. I haven't seen it, but again, heard it was good. I just haven't gotten around to see it. We're gonna have to check it out.
I know Brendan Fraser deserves his flowers. Why he went off the grid for so long is beyond me. He's been always a talent. You know,
it was a mental thing. I know we probably shouldn't dive into that, but I guess he got into it with his ex-wife, and that's why he was kind of been underground.
Oh, got you. Yeah, I think I heard about that too, but I'd never really looked into it. But moving on, Best Actress, we had Kate Blanchett for Tar, Viola Davis, The Woman King, Daniela Deadwyler for Till, Margot Robbie for Babylon, Michelle Williams for The Fablemans, Michelle Yeoh for Everything Everywhere All at Once. They gave it a Kate Blanchett for Tar.
Haven't seen it.
Haven't seen it either. Can't say yes or no. I mean, Michelle Yeoh is on there, and I recognize her, but I don't want to be that hypocrite where I'm like, yeah, I know that one. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if she won that one, she probably gave a performance. I still got to watch this movie. I've seen it in Walmart and stuff. I got to get it on physical, but I'll probably get around to it one of these days. But what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, anyone that's on this list probably deserves their flowers, but to win just means that they probably gave a hell of a performance. So we're just gonna have to check it out when we get the chance.
Yeah, we'll check that out and give it
a
gander back.
Yeah, and then when we come back to it, we'll just be like, that shit was ass.
Right. Best Supporting Actor, we got Paul Dano for The Fablemans, Brendan Gleeson for The Banshees of Inisherin. I hope I'm saying the name right. Judd Hirsch for The Fableman. Barry Cohegan, The Banshees of Inisherin. I hope I'm saying it right. Ki Ha Kwan, Everything Everywhere All at Once. And Brian Tyree Henry Causeway. Ki Hugh Kwan won for Everything Everywhere All at Once. To be honest, I haven't even seen it, but Barry Cohegan and Paul Dano probably gave hella performances, and this is just me not seeing their that specific performance that they're getting awarded for, but seeing them in different movies, I know that they can deliver. Though Ki Hugh Kwan did do pretty well in Everything Everywhere All at Once, I cannot say that they made the right call until I could see Barry Cohegan's character in The Banshees and Paul Dano's character in The Fablemans, because they are a couple of juggernaut actors for sure.
Yeah, I haven't seen those other ones either. But bro, I don't know. Even without seeing the other ones, I just think he did his thing in Everything Everywhere All at Once. Like I know the mom and the daughter are like the key components of the show, or the movie. I mean, but he does his thing, man. Like his performance during the scene where he's talking to his ex or whatever. Well, I guess in that universe it would be his like ex-wife or whatever. His ex-girl. And like they're talking about like what could have been and stuff, like he does really good there. So I mean, I agree if he takes it, but again, that's without knowledge for the other ones.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of I'll be that guy.
But we'll get to those movies and we'll probably do a double back one of these days. Next is Best Supporting Actress. We got Angela Bassett for Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, Jessie Buckley for Woman Talking, Carrie Coden for The Banshees of Inisherin, Jamie Lee Curtis, Everything Everywhere All at Once, Stephanie Hsu, Everything Everywhere All at Once, Janelle Monáe, Glass Onion, A Knives Out Mystery. Now, Angela Bassett gave a performance, and she wound up winning for Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. Stephanie Hsu and Janella Monáe, I personally think could have won that. I personally think Stephanie Hsu, and that's the daughter in Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Yeah.
I think she could have took that one.
Yeah.
Though I liked Angela Bassett's performance.
She did her thing in that movie.
Yeah.
This one's tough. Because I can totally see either of them winning. This is a tough choice.
No, Angela Bassett. Don't get me wrong. She, like I said, she did her thing. It was a good performance. I would have to, like, out of anybody, Stephanie Hsu, man. She has got to get. Janelle Monáe, too. She did a great job in Glass Onion. I don't know. That one's a tough one. Honestly, they all give performances in their movies, but for me, it has to be Everything Everywhere All at Once. That's just for me, though. That would be me personally. Yeah. What about you?
For me, I stick with the winner. She did her thing.
Yeah,
but it is a tie between her and the Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Yeah, it's I guess it's all on preference at that point. That has to be preference, but I see it. Best Young Actor or Actress: Frankie Carrillo, After Sun; Jalen Hall Till; Gabrielle LaBelle, The Fablemans; Bella Ramsey; Catherine Colin Birdie; Banks Rapita, Armageddon Time; Sadie Sink, The Whale. Don't know any of those movies except or those actors. Honestly, the only one that I know is Sadie Sink, and she's the redhead that comes out in Stranger Things. Mm-hmm. I heard she gives a good performance in The Whale. But like I said, The Fablemans, I gotta watch. And you know what that one's about?
I don't.
That's supposed to be about Steven Spielberg.
Oh.
His life.
Oh.
So yeah, him growing up and stuff. Oh, we'll get to that movie. Not a lot of thoughts for this one. I don't know most of these actors by name. If they're young actors and actresses that are coming up, yeah, it's gonna be kind of hard to put a face to it.
I don't know. Good to the winner, but
Bella Ramsey. I know who that is. That is the daughter that's playing in The Last of Us.
Oh,
not the daughter in the beginning. The girl.
Ellie.
Yeah, she's playing Ellie. Yeah. So, yeah, but just a little fun fact if you didn't know that. Best Acting Ensemble: The Banshees of Inisherin, Everything Everywhere All at Once, The Fablemans, Glass Onion, A Knives Out Mystery, The Woman King, and Woman Talking, and the winner was Glass Onion, A Knives Out Mystery.
What did it win?
A Knives Out Mystery?
No, what did it win?
Oh, Best Acting Ensemble.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 100%. I think everybody in that movie just vibed off each other's energy. Yeah. Everybody just bounced it off and just had a playful time throughout the whole movie. I 100%. Yep. I think they deserved it. There's no question. For sure. No questions. Best Director: James Cameron, Avatar; Damien Chazelle, Babylon; Todd Field, Tar; Baz Luhrmann, Elvis; Daniel Kwan, Daniel Schneerert, Everything Everywhere All at Once; Martin McDough, The Banshees of Inisherin; Sarah Polley, Women Talking; Gina Prince Bythewood, The Woman King; S.S. Rajamouli, RRR; Steven Spielberg, The Fablemans. This is another one where I have to say it would have to be a time between James Cameron and Daniel no. Actually, everything...
James Cameron.
No. And I'm going to tell you why. Actually, I think I'm going to retake that back, and I'm going to say Everything Everywhere All at Once does deserve it, and because it's original and it's different. That whole concept and everything that happened within that movie was completely different. You cannot tell me that you can think of any movie that relates to that movie. But when you watch Avatar the Way of Water, you can think of a couple movies that kind of fit in there. Because you can kind of look at it and be like, James Cameron has his imprint all over this thing.
I don't know, man. I think James Cameron should have taken it.
But they both did their thing. I would say James Cameron is a runner-up, but he's the GOAT. He's the GOAT. The GOAT.
That's why he's the GOAT.
With that, let's move on to the best original screenplay. Same thing. Todd Field, Tar, Everything Everywhere All at Once, Daniel Kwan, Daniel Schneernitt, Martin McDonough, The Banshees of Inisherin, Steven Spielberg, Tony Kushner, The Fablemans, and Charlotte Wells, The Aftersun. Everything Everywhere All at Once is the winner for best original screenplay.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the other ones, so I can't say, but for an original screenplay, yeah, 100%.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Still got to watch the other ones. We will be watching these. I know The Banshees of Inisherin is on HBO Max, so we got to watch that. Best adapted screenplay. Samuel D. Hunter, The Whale. Kanzo Ishiguro, Living. Ryan Johnson, A Glass Onion, A Knives Out Mystery. Rebecca Quint-Wicks, She Said. Sarah Polley, Women Talking. And Sarah Polley's Women Talking is the winner.
Haven't seen it.
I don't know what that is. Best adapted screenplay. I don't know any other one.
Yeah,
but
I don't know.
I wouldn't be able to give an opinion on this one, huh?
Yeah.
No. All right, moving on. Good job, Woman Talking. Best cinematography. Russell Carpenter, The Way of Water. Roger Deakins, Empire Light. Gloria Hofmeister, Tar. Januszky Kaminski, The Fablemans. Claudio Miranda, Top Gun Maverick. Linus Sandgren, Babylon. And Claudio Miranda won for Top Gun Maverick for best cinematography. Avatar Way of Water should have took that shit.
Yeah.
I love the cinematography in Maverick, but it can't be beat. Now, is this one of these arguments where it's like, is CGI cinematography?
Of course it is. Well, I think so. It's not fair.
Because a lot of people say like, oh, that's not actual lighting. That's all on a computer. You didn't actually get angles for that lighting or anything like that. So, I mean...
but to get the lighting right, you still have to do all that work. So, to put that into perspective, on Pandora or whatever, it looks all beautiful, but the sun isn't doing its thing. The shadows aren't moving. They all counts as scenery and cinematography.
Yeah, it's just been an argument that I've been hearing, but I mean, yeah,
it deserved it.
I mean, Top Gun Maverick is the same thing, though. I mean, not all that is all cinematography, right? It has to be some CGI generated, like that beautiful when he went into space in the beginning, like that was really beautiful, but that obviously was all CGI. You know what I'm saying? So like, just stuff like that. Best production design: Hannah Beachler, Lisa K. Sessions, Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, Rick Carter, Karen O'Hara, The Fablemans, Dylan Cole, Ben Proctor, Vanessa Cole, Avatar: The Way of Water, Jason Kizvarday, Kelsey Imprem, Everything Everywhere All at Once, Catherine Martin, Karen Murphy, Bev Dunn, Elvis, Florencia Martin, Anthony Carlino, Babylon, and they are the winner for Babylon.
I haven't seen Babylon.
Haven't seen either. Best production design, that should have went to either Wakanda Forever, Everything Everywhere All at Once, or Way of the Water. Production design, I mean, maybe Elvis too could have gotten it because it's all original and there's all drapes and stuff. I don't know. I haven't seen Babylon, but I know it bombed in the box office, so that can't be right. With that, we also got best editing. It's the same contender, so I'm just gonna go ahead and read the winner. It was Paul Rogers, Everything Everywhere All at Once. It's the same contenders. We got Way of Water, just different names, and there's a lot of crazy names that it's hard for me to pronounce, so we're not gonna do that. But Everything Everywhere All at Once basically got best editing, and you know what? I don't see any other movie on there that can take it. Avatar: The Way of Water had pretty good editing, to be honest, and Top Gun Maverick, because it didn't feel slow for shit. You watched it, and it was just a full-on ride the whole way. Elvis, you felt it Tar. To be honest, I kind of felt some drag with Everything Everywhere All at Once when I was watching it. I felt less drag with Avatar: Way of Water and Maverick when it came to the editing.
I don't know. I don't think any of them really had a problem, but I know someone has to.
You know what? You know what? And I said this before too. It's that Everything Everywhere All at Once, the editing was too fast. It was that movie that if you didn't see everything, you missed something. Like, you can't even be like, oh yeah, I remember this or that, or it can connect to this or that or whatever. Like, if you miss it, you miss it.
Yeah.
And I felt that with this movie. But Maverick and Avatar: Way of Water, like, they give you context, and like it's not boring at all. I don't know. I think it could have gave it to one of those two.
Maybe. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. It is a tie.
Ty?
It's tough. Tough to say for that one. They all had very good editing and stuff.
Yeah, that one is a tough one. I would still give it to maybe The Way of Water or Maverick. I would not give it to them. There were some slow parts in there, or really fast parts too. Best costume design goes to Ruth E. Carter for Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. I don't know. Elvis costume design actually went hard. Not gonna lie. It was very on par. So did Everything Everywhere All at Once too. But I could see Wakanda Forever's because of Shuri's suit, Angela Bassett's dress, all their white dresses and stuff.
The Talican's designs too.
Yeah, them too. You know what? Yeah, they probably deserved it because they did give us a bunch of different looks for different characters, huh?
Yeah.
Best hair and makeup goes to Elvis.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah,
I can agree. Yeah. Well, what about Wakanda Forever? I really liked all the detail that they put into the Talokan, all the detail that they put into the Wakandans, with their hair and all that. I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know.
But Elvis's hair and makeup was it was right. Best visual effects goes to Way of Water. Okay, yeah. If they didn't win the one up there, yeah, they deserve best visual effects, 100%. Wakanda Forever's on here. Hit that shit. The fuck? Nah, man. I give it a Way of Water. Way of Water?
Way of Water.
Way of Water. Best comedy, The Banshees of Inisherin. That's a comedy? Glass Onion, A Knives Out Mystery is the winner for this one. And which, it makes sense. Even though Everything Everywhere All at Once was kind of funny.
Glass Onion was just hilarious.
Yeah, it had a lot of, what's his name? Edward Norton is hilarious, bro.
Yeah.
Dave Bautista is funny too. Bros, isn't that LGBT movie? The gay guy movie? No thanks. I haven't even seen it. Best animated feature is Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio. It won.
Wow.
Over Turning Red, Puss in Boots, The Last Wish, Marcel the Shell with the Shoes On.
Man, I hear Puss in Boots is a good ass movie.
I gotta watch that. I heard it's good too. I heard it's the best one out of DreamWorks.
We're gonna have to double back because that's not fair.
Yeah,
that doesn't sound right.
I haven't even seen the Pinocchio movie. I gotta watch that one too. Best foreign language film, RRR. I don't watch foreign language films. I'm sorry. I know RRR has been well talked about, so I mean, good for them if they got the best. But I don't watch foreign films like that. Best song is Not To by RRR. Like I said, don't know. Probably would have chose Hold My Hand by Top Gun Maverick. That one was probably pretty good. Lift Me Up in Black Panther 2. That one was pretty nice. What about you? RRR.
Best song?
Yeah.
What are the other ones?
Carolina, Where the Crawdads Sing, Ciao Papa, Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio, Hold My Hand, Top Gun Maverick, Lift Me Up, Black Panther Wakanda Forever. Not To is the winner with From RRR, and New Body Ramunda, White Noise.
Oh no, I think Black Panther or Maverick should have taken it. Yeah, they have really good music. The songs too.
Best score, is for Tar, Hildor Guantatiri, and the rest of the. I mean, it goes up against the Batman's Michael Giacchino, the Fableman's John Williams. John Williams is a beast. So maybe when we watch that movie, we could get a better determination. Yeah, I don't know about this one, but we'll come back to it. I can't say that I've seen the other ones to even, talk on that one. Best drama series went to Better Call Saul.
Finally, it won
AMC
something.
winner for best drama series. That went up against Andor, Bad Sisters, The Crown, Euphoria, The Good Fight, House of Dragons, Severance, and Yellowstone. Andor should have took that shit. To be fair, I've only seen 2 shows on this list, which is Euphoria and Andor.
Euphoria, Andor, and Better Call Saul.
I need to see Severance. I heard that one's a good one.
They're tied for me. But Better Call Saul finally winning something is a W.
I know. I think you were saying like they got snuffed out a bunch of times.
They've always been getting snuffed. What do you call it? They've been nominated several times for Emmys and Oscars and stuff, and they finally won a Golden Globe or whatever this is. The Critics' Choice. My fault.
Best actor in a drama series, Bob Odenkirk in Better Call Saul.
Yeah.
Damn.
Double
W's.
He's finally getting his flowers.
Won it over Diego Luna's Andor.
See?
Adam Scott's Severance. Anthony Starrs from The Boys. What? No.
You haven't seen Better Call Saul.
I haven't.
It does give him a run for his money. You haven't seen it.
Okay, I gotta watch it later.
You have to see it.
Agree to disagree for now. Best actress in a drama series went to Zendaya for Euphoria.
Okay. W.
Yeah, that's a W. I don't know the rest of them, to be honest. Laura Linney from Ozark. Yeah, no, maybe Zendaya did a little bit better. Best supporting actor in a drama series. Oh, Moff Gideon himself from Better Call Saul. Triple W.
For real?
Yeah. He went up against Andre Braugher, The Good Fight, Ishmael Cruz Cordova, The Lord of the Rings of Power, Michael Emerson Evil, John Lithgow, The Old Man, and Matt Smith of House of the Dragon. So I've not seen any of these besides Rings of Power, and I don't know who Ishmael Cruz Cordova, so he's obviously not the best. Best supporting actress in a drama series goes to Jennifer Coolidge in The White Lotus, from The White Lotus.
I haven't seen it. Here's a good show though.
Millie, I know, me too. I kind of want to see it. Millie Alok, House of the Dragon, Carol Burnett, Better Call Saul. Damn, that could have been that.
She deserves that.
Julia Gardner, Ozark, Audria McDonald, The Good Fight, and Rhea Seehorn, Better Call Saul.
She's just so good in Better Call Saul.
They give it to The White Lotus this time. That could have been a quadruple W. Best comedy series went to Abbott Elementary.
I heard that show's pretty good.
Me too. I need to watch it. Yeah. It went up against Barry, The Bear, Better Things, Ghosts, Hacks, Reboot, and Reservoir Dogs.
Oh, Reservoir Dogs is so good. I guess it makes sense that I'll bet Elementary won. But Reservoir Dogs is pretty good.
Abbott Elementary. I have not seen that one, but I do want to see it because Chris is in there.
Yeah.
Everybody hates Chris. Best actor in a comedy series, Jeremy Allen White for The Bear.
Oh, he won?
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
Oh, man, that's what I'm telling you. You have to watch The Bear.
Matt Berry, What Do We Do in the Shadows? Bill Hader from Barry. Keegan-Michael Key from Reboot. What? He's in there? I want to see that. Reboot on Hulu? I'll watch that. Steve Martin, Only Murders in the Building. What? He should have won that shit. D. Farah will attain Reservoir Dogs. Yeah, I don't know. I've never seen The Bear, but I've seen Steve Martin, Only Murders in the Building, and I think he's really good.
You have to watch The Bear to understand. He's just so good.
Best actress in a comedy series, Christina Applegate, Dead to Me, Quinta Brunson, Abbott Elementary, Kaylee Kuko, The Flight Attendant, Renee Elise Goldsberg, Girls 5 Eva, Devery Jacobs, Reservoir Dogs, and Gene Smart, Hacks, HBO Max. And it was Gene Smart for Hacks. I've never seen it.
I was in that one.
If Kaylee Kuko, that's the girl from Big Bang Theory, huh? She did really good in The Flight Attendant. I don't know if you've seen that.
No, I haven't.
It's actually pretty good. It's not that bad. But yeah, I don't even know why she even got nominated. To be honest, I don't think it's nomination worthy, but maybe she had a deal to get that done. Who knows? Best Supporting Actor in a Comedy Series, Henry Winkler from Barry.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know the rest of these people, so I'm not gonna even name down the list. But if you guys see them and you guys like them, let us know down in the comments. I don't know. Best Supporting Actress in a Comedy Series, Sheryl Lee Ralph for Abbott Elementary. And then the rest of them is Abbott Elementary, Young Sheldon, The Bear, Uncoupled. And Best Limited Series goes to The Dropout from Hulu. I've seen that one. I got to watch it. It has the girl from that one show, the one movie, I forgot her name. Gaslight on Stars, the girl from Plainville, The Offer, Pam and Tommy. I need to see that one too. I heard that one's good. Station 11, this is going to her, and Under the Banner of Heaven. Give it to The Dropout. I gotta watch that. I heard it's pretty good.
The Dropout?
Yeah. Best movie made for television. Oh my gosh. No fucking way. How did that happen? Best movie made for television. Fresh on Hulu. Prey on Hulu. Ray Donovan the Movie. The Survivor. 3 Months. Weird The Al Yankovic Story. The Roku Channel. Was the winner. Weird The Al Yankovic Story is
Prey.
the winner.
Should have been Prey.
No, it should have been Fresh.
Nah, Prey.
You seen Fresh?
I know. But I've seen Prey.
No, you need to watch Fresh. Watch Fresh and you tell me that Prey is better than Fresh. Prey is a good movie, but Fresh is a better movie. 100%. That movie is great. You got to watch that one. I've not seen Weird Al. I mean, I know that Daniel Radcliffe plays Weird Al, so I mean, I got to watch it. I just haven't gotten to it. Best actor in a speak of the devil. Best actor in a limited series or movie made for television, and it goes to Daniel Radcliffe for Weird The Al Yankovic Story. And he beat out Ben Foster for Survivor, Andrew Garfield, Under the Banner of Heaven, Samuel L. Jackson, The Last Days of Ptolemy Gray, Sebastian Stan for Pam and Tommy, and Ben Whishaw. This is going to hurt. Daniel Radcliffe won for playing Weird Al. That is a movie we got to watch. 100%. I will be... If he, in any shape, form, or way, reminds me of Potter, I'm calling it out. I'm turning off the TV. Best actress in a limited series or movie made for television, Amanda Seyfried, The Dropout. Oh, I don't know the rest of them. Oh, Amber Midthunder for Prey. She lost to Amanda Seyfried. You know who Amanda Midthunder is? She's the main chick in Prey.
Oh, okay. Damn.
Best supporting actor in a limited series or movie made for television, Paul Walter Hauser for Blackbird. I've never seen that. Ray Liotta's in Blackbird. I haven't seen Ray Liotta in a minute. He's dead now. Huh? R.I.P. Ray Liotta. Best supporting actress in a limited series or movie made for television. Nancy Nash Betts for Dahmer, Monster, the Jeffrey Dahmer story. Wow.
Crazy.
I don't even know who that is.
Mm-hmm.
You know who that is?
She sounds familiar, but I'm drawing a blank right now.
Best foreign language series. Pachinko on Apple TV. Never seen a foreign language movie, so
I haven't seen it.
Take their word on it. Winner. Best animated series goes to Harley Quinn on HBO Max.
What the hell?
And that went against Bluey, Bob's Burgers, Gendy's Tartakovsky's Primal, Star Trek Lower Decks, and Undone.
What the fuck?
The best talk show went to Last Week Tonight with John Oliver.
What?
Should have gave it to Late Night with Seth Meyers. I think he's pretty funny. Anyways, best comedy special goes to Norm Macdonald, Nothing Special. I don't know who that is.
No.
No.
That's it?
And that's it. But yeah, that's the Critics' Choice Awards. Now we were gonna go down the Golden Globes, but it looks like we're cutting time, Josh. So, with that, we will probably save the Golden Globes for another day and give our thoughts a little bit more. Hopefully, we can get through a few more movies, and maybe the ones that we see at the Golden Globes, we won't be as confused when it pins up against another one. So far, I guess some of them are right, but you can tell for sure there's some of them in there that people are just like,
a lot of them just deserved something else.
Yeah. But with that, that's gonna be wrapping up our show. Josh, let them know one more time where they can, if you guys have any, maybe we didn't talk about something that you guys wanted to talk about and you guys want us to talk about it. Maybe there's a movie review that you guys want us, a movie that you guys want us to review. Josh, let them know where they can let us know.
As usual, you can let us know on Twitter and TikTok at FilmBros Podcast. Hit us up. I promise we'll respond. If you want to listen to our other episodes while you're working or doing whatever else, or want to hear our 2 cents on a movie while you're trying to figure out what to watch, Spotify and Apple Podcast. Go check us out there at FilmBros Podcast, and if you have time to watch us on YouTube, enjoy us for an hour or so at FilmBros Podcast on YouTube.
Yeah, and yeah, as always, thank you guys again for coming out, listening to us talk about the most precious thing on this earth, movies, media, things
like that,
anything film related. And we will just see you guys on the next one.
Talk to you guys later.
Late.